let's do this. Right, yeah, guys and girls, welcome back. It is Friday the 16th of July, 3:23 in the morning, UK time. I'm setting up in a minute. I'm actually almost tired, almost ready to go to bed, but not quite, guys and girls. Anyway, I can't believe we've got to this situation still, and still no agreement actually been made at all, guys and girls. I'll talk about this in a second. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to need... really, I should do this when I'm actually fully awake. I'm actually half asleep. But we're going to do it anyway. It's the best way we can. Okay, so... the Mail online have posted a article. Apparently, Brexit is still going on, guys and girls. How long's it been? 4 or 5 years? 5 years? 4 years? I don't know. We've lost count. Actually, probably 5 years, actually. Because what, actually, 2016, when I think it was something around about. I think we did that, was it 2016? So, actually, 4 or 5 years. That'd be 5 years. So, bloody hell. So, Britain sets up new Brexit battle. So, we're having a battle now. It's like an actual battle with the EU as it sets a divorce bill. Divorce bill. It is willing to pay at 37.3 billion, some 3.5 billion less that Brussels is demanding as the cost of leaving. To be honest, I think we should even be giving them this fucking like 40 billion, 37.3 billion pounds and stuff. Just tell them to go and do one. I mean, come on. We got what? We got to basically pay to leave. It's not like we're actually in a club. This is daylight robbery in its sense. This is absolutely daylight robbery in itself. Demanding as the cost of leaving. So we got to leave, right? So we got to leave the EU and say, oh, well, we'll settle at 37.3 billion. We could have been putting that 37.3 billion in our National Health Service to actually help these doctors and nurses that have been going through all this traumatic sort of stuff going on at the moment, mentally and physically, and yet we're supposed to be paying 37.3 billion to the EU for leaving. I mean, to be honest, if I was Boris Johnson, I would have just told him to go and do one, because by the looks of it, we are not going to leave anyway. I mean, even though we're supposed to be already left, I think this is basically a little trick to try and get us back in and all that shit. The Treasury estimates the UK should have to pay Brussels 37.3 billion to leave bloc. Last week, the EU estimated the fee at £40.8 billion, warning that it was final. Brexit Minister Lord Frost rejected calls to withhold the payment. So he rejected to withhold the payment over the Northern Ireland trade route. Britain and the EU are set to clash over the cost of Brexit after the estimates of how much the UK divorce bill will be were set at 3.5 billion apart. The Treasury confirmed this afternoon. Bloody moth! I hate moths. UK should have to pay Brussels 37.3 billion to sever its ties to the bloc. But last week, the EU's own estimate set the fee at £40.8 billion, warning that it is viewed that the amount as final. Now, if so, right? So basically, right, we're not in a club, right? We're not in a club. We're in a union. That's what the union is. It's basically we pay our certain amount of it stuff, and now basically we're leaving. Now, the amount of money we've actually put in that over the 70, 80 odd years, whatever, how long we've been into that EU for, we've paid our dues. We've paid every single penny to them, right? So why should we have to pay more to leave? It kind of seems like it's like a mafia thing, like, oh, well, you're leaving, so basically, right, so you don't have to, so we don't want you to leave. So now what we're going to do is we're going to punish you for leaving. So we're going to take £40 billion off you, and then, well, unfortunately for you, you're going to have to suffer. Or basically, like what the mafia does, they come over and they say, well, you want to sort of, or it used to be a mafia, like you want to leave and stuff, so we're going to have to break your legs and stuff, or something similar like that, or whatever the mafia does and stuff. I mean, I watch a lot of these like mafia TV shows and stuff, but documentaries. But the last week, the EU's own estimate set the fee at £40.8 billion. I mean, that's daylight robbery in itself. It came as the Brexit Minister Lord Frost rejected calls to withhold the payment of the bill over a continuing dispute about Northern Ireland's trading arrangements. So this is still going on. What the hell is going on? There's no agreement. There's not going to be agreement. This is basically, it's been 5 years. They could have settled this when we first started the Brexit negotiations. This remains within the government's previously published. To be honest, because they can't settle anything, I think Boris Johnson said, right, you can't settle anything. Basically, we'll take our money somewhere else and we'll put it in there. Thing is, we can trade to any other country. We've got China, we've got Russia, we've got basically all these other countries that are not a part of the European Union. We've got America we could do trades with. Take our money and let's go somewhere else with it. That's what I'd say. Confirming the UK government's estimate of the divorce bill in a written statement to the Parliament, Chief Secretary to the Treasury, Steve Barclay, said, Her Majesty's Treasury estimates that the current value of the financial settlement is £37.3 billion. So basically, that £37, I was saying £37, £37.3 billion could go into the pockets of the working people in the UK, could go to the teachers, it could go to the starving homeless people on the street, this could go to the National Health Service, this could go to the police to help them. I mean, come on, guys and girls. I mean, there's some dodgy shit going on here, and we all bloody know it. We all know some dodgy shit going on. Why they're trying to keep us in, and why this has been going on for such a long time. Just get it done with. Get it all done and over with. Take our 40 billion or 37 billion and let's just say, look, like, you don't want to negotiate with us, that's fine. Fuck you, you know what? We're going to leave regardless. I mean, it's like, and we'll just invest that money, not in the EU. We don't need to buy stuff from the European Union or Europe. We can buy it from other countries, resources and all that, from China, Russia, America. We've got all these other, like Australia as well, New Zealand. We've got all these other places that we could trade with. Take our money and run with it. That's what I say. Right. This remains within the government's previously published reasonable central range, adjusted to take into account the UK's 31st of January 2020 exit date. He added that the UK has already paid 3.74 billion euros, 3.19 billion. Fucking hell. I mean, rip-off bastards, I'll tell you. Last week, the EU's annual accounts revealed it has set the estimated bill at 47.5 billion euros, so 40.8 billion pounds. European Commission spokesman Balazs Ujavari, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, said the report is final and the calculations were made in line with the withdrawal agreement, a methodology for calculating the sum was agreed during negotiations for the withdrawal agreement that paved the way for the UK's departure, but an exact figure was not agreed. The Office for Budget Responsibility was no responsibility. They're not responsible for anything, because that's why there's no negotiations been going on. So the revised EU sum, saying it does not take into account money owed to the UK by Brussels, explaining the differences during the question time in the House of Lords. Lord Frost said Brussels' figure is an estimate produced on a different basis by the EU for its internal accounts processes. Pressing the Minister Tory peer, Lord Moylan, said these are large sums, and it appears the EU is final arbiter of what we should pay. Well, we shouldn't be paying it at all. I understand there was circumstances where you might want to give a trusted friend details of your credit card, including the 3 numbers on the back. But if that trusted friend is abusing the card, isn't the right policy to cancel it? Yeah, so there we go. So if the EU, right, we're supposed to be trusting the European Union or Europe to manage our finances and shit, I don't think we should be doing that. I think we should just pull out and say, sorry, mate, well, we're leaving, we're taking our money with us. Goodbye, catch you later. And then sort of do our own thing with it. He later added, I don't think any of us on this side of the House feel particularly comfortable in paying large sums to the European Union, but is an agreed outcome in the withdrawal agreement, and we stand by it. So basically, they're getting mugged off. Basically, Lord Frost said, where threats are made in the process, they have overwhelmingly come from the European Union side, and we regret that. I don't think it would be right to hold this legal obligation in hock to progress on the protocol, which is not to say that we don't think progress on the protocol and implementing it to pragmatic, proportionate and appropriate way is not very important. It's extremely important, but it's not the same thing as the exit bill. No, I don't think so. I think there's something dodgy going on here. The British government and the EU are locked in a row over the implementation of the Northern Ireland Protocol, which keeps the region in the single market and avoids a hard land border with the Republic. This has angered Unionists, but effectively created a barrier for the supply of goods between Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The UK accuses Brussels of not operating the arrangement in pragmatic and proportionate way. It comes after the Cabinet Office officials told peers this week that the EU had dumped more than 800 new pieces of regulations upon Northern Ireland without notice. I mean, that's kind of dirty in itself, actually putting new negotiations down and stuff. I mean, are they just actually trying to make things up now as they go along, seeming that we're leaving now, they're trying to punish us for it and all that? I think that's quite bad of them, to be honest, and actually I think it makes them less trusting now, that they're not trustworthy no more. Europe are basically not as... We can't really trust European Union now, or Europe in itself, because I feel like they're just trying to con us now, or just trying to take our money, and I think that's really bad. But let us know in the comments below, guys and girls, what you guys are going to say. Do you think they're trying to mug us off? Do they think we've got mug written all over our heads? I mean, we see it all coming. Like, why are we paying 40 billion billion pounds, or 37.8 billion pounds, to basically the European Union for leaving. We should be leaving for free. We shouldn't be paying our way when we've paid into the European Union in the fucking first place. I mean, this just doesn't make any sense. Because they're trying to do it basically, trying to punish us. They're saying, right, we can't have you. What about the rest of the European Union? Right? What about the other countries? Right? Say, like Michel Barnier, right? He's going to be doing it to any other country who's in the European Union themselves. So then is the rest of those countries in the European Union or the EU, right? They should be thinking to themselves, well, what happens if we leave? Then they're going to punish us. They don't want the rest of the countries literally leaving out of the EU because they trying to take all their money. That's the whole thing. They like to take all their money, and then suddenly, once they got more control. Then the EU are more of like a sort of what do you call it? There's a word for it. Like controlling people, all the country's assets. It's almost like basically a totalitarian society or government that are actually starting to take people's money. It's like they did it with, I think, was it Spain or was it not Portugal, Spain, Greece, where they started, basically Greece went into administration or went into bankruptcy, and then basically people who had their money, their life savings in those banks, the government says, right, we're going to take all those people's money so we can pay it back and try and get the country back together. And I think that's very, very, very dirty. And I think at some point it's going to happen to the UK. It's already starting because they're trying to start it, trying to make us go into bankruptcy by taking our money so we don't have a proper, decent economy running, because basically they want us to fail. They want us to fail miserably, fall flat on our face. And we can see it. They're trying to control our country when we're outside of EU laws now. We're not even in the EU no more. So what we should be doing is saying, look, like, mate, we're taking our money. We don't give a fuck. Like, if you want to sort of try and sanction us, try in it and all that. And then we'll just fuck you over. Like, we'll take them to court. Because I think it's fair as fair at the end of the day. And I think if they want to take us to court, then we take them to court. And it'd be one of the biggest, like, sort of courts in history, the European courts. Because basically I could see some frauding going on with EU themselves, trying to basically get us to pay into something while we're not actually in it no more. But let us know in your comments below, guys and girls, what you think. This is a very, very, very sort of damaging sort of thing going on here. And, like, I hope Boris Johnson and the rest of the people, the rest of our government can actually see what the fuck's going on. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are actually seeing this crap going on right now. And it's not looking good. But anyway, guys and girls, stay safe. Try and keep all your money. To be honest, I'd rather, like, keep all my money out of the banks, to be honest. Because you never know what the fuck's going to go on. That's why you should, some people say, oh, well, you should keep your money in the bank because it grows. Nowadays, putting your money in the bank doesn't even grow at all. You could keep your money in the bank for a whole year and your interest still won't be getting that much over that year. I mean, it's pretty shit anyway, the amounts of money nowadays in it. But I don't know. I'd rather probably get my money out the bank, maybe just put it somewhere in the house or maybe somewhere else where no one can fucking find it. But anyway, stay safe. See you soon, guys and girls, and I'll see you on the next episode into the series.